This page is about Greeks. Greek people and their thinking and writing came down to us in their books, mostly because Islamic people, Muslim people in Baghdad copied them and kept them carefully, whereas, you know, hey, the rest of Europe was doing the Dark Ages thing. Okay, and also the Byzantines, who were Greeks. So the Greeks were kind of seen as the first great scientists. They came up with lots of the words like atom and element that we use today. A school for people older than 18 is called a university. University. I think that would be better as sit. Wouldn't that be better? University is how to spell university. University. The city. In 387 BC, the man who made the first university was called Plato. Plato called it university. City. Plato called his university the Academy. University. The Academy. Academy is also another good word for somewhere where you learn stuff. Academy. The Academy taught science, mathematics, and philosophy. Philosophy is like how to be nice to people, how to get the best out of the world, what people should do. Yep. For some people that's religion. For some people that's philosophy. Philosophy if you don't have gods involved. You just do it to be nice to people, to be nice. The Academy lasted for 1,000 years until it was closed at the start of Europe's Dark Ages. Oh yeah, we had ages in the dark. Well, there just wasn't so much learning and stuff, and the Christian church had kind of retreated and closed down from Northern Europe. Fortunately, the knowledge wasn't lost because it was written down and copied by Islamic scholars. Scholars comes from the same word as school. Scholars is how to spell scholars. It's an O. In 384 BC, the man who said the universe was made of 5 types of atom was Aristotle. Yeah, there were several people who did this at some point, but Aristotle did it in 384 BC, and he's a famous guy. You've got to do something about Aristotle. If you're going to do the history of science, he has to be in there. Aristotle said the atoms were earthly elements, not atoms. The elements were earth, water, air, fire, and ether. Oh yeah, he was one of the first people to mention ether, which we've since found out it doesn't exist. But never mind, he said it. Ether. Aristotle said lots of things that were wrong. Aristotle. Oh, he also, one of his pupils was Alexander the Great. So, I mean, that was a good thing. Everything. Aristotle said they made up everything and that they were called elements. Said the elements. Yes. 1 billion years of one type. 1 billion atoms of one type is called an element. We still use the same word today. It means roughly the same thing, but we don't say there's 5 of them. There's 92 natural ones. And then there's man-made ones, 20 or more. We use elements because atoms are too small to see. Yeah, you can't, like, make something out of 1 atom or even 100 atoms or 1,000,000 atoms. They're much, much too small. So we use an element, like the element aluminium, to make aluminium cans for your Coke. We use elements because atoms are too small to see. Aristotle said that the element fire was made of billions of fire atoms. Yeah, no, but, you know, hey, at least he gave us the word. And he had, one of his students was famous, meant Alexander the Great. Called the Great because, well, yeah, did he do great things? He made a big empire really suddenly, using his dad's army. No! Okay, anyway, yes, he's just called Alexander the Great. Was made of billions of fire atoms, and the element air was made of billions of air atoms. We now know there are 92 types of atom. Some atoms are unreacted elements, and some atoms are reacted to make compounds. Yeah, wood is a compound of carbon and hydrogen and oxygen. Water is a compound, H2O. We now know water is H2O. Water is made of two elements, hydrogen and oxygen. Elements. Hydrogen and hydrogen. The elements mixed in air are nitrogen. N2 is nitrogen. N being the first letter of nitrogen. Often we use that. We use the first letter to use as the symbol for when we're writing it quickly, and we don't want to write the whole word. Where are we? Oh, here we go. 97% of air is nitrogen. Is that 97%? Oxygen, O2, 20%, and argon, 1%. Oxygen with a G. Air also has small amounts of carbon dioxide because you breathe it out. 4% of what you breathe out is carbon dioxide. You breathe out carbon dioxide. Fire is joined atoms called compounds that are so hot they give out light. The compounds in fire are carbon dioxide. Yeah, carbon likes to be with oxygen, so we get lots of carbon dioxide coming out in reactions. And hot H2O called steam. That's why it's hot. It was going to burn you. Don't put your hand in flames. And bits of the element carbon as soot element. Aristotle was wrong. There are not 5 elements. There are 92 natural elements. And 26 man-made elements. Oh, where are we going? The moon. Aristotle noticed that during an eclipse of the moon, the Earth makes a curved shadow on the moon. Yeah, everybody notices this. When you see an eclipse of the moon. The eclipses of the moon are real cool. This proves that the Earth was a ball shape called a sphere. True! The Earth is a sphere. He got something right. Aristotle got something right. So many things he got wrong. Aristotle said that you need to check your ideas by doing experiments. He got another thing right. I'd forgotten that he did that one. Aristotle. He said that his ideas were so good they must be true. Hold on. Aristotle was the opposite. He said you didn't need to check your ideas by doing experiments. Oh yeah, he was bad for science. His idea held science back for the next 2,000 years in Europe. Without Aristotle, we could be 2,000 years more advanced. Mobile phones were invented because scientists always use experiments to check their ideas and get new ideas, and what's going to happen if I do this? Hold on, who's Academy? Academy. Oh yeah, there is space for it. Oh, it's just couldn't write it in. Academy and university and school are places you go to learn. University. To go to learn. Yeah, some people learn. Yeah, some of the lessons are worth learning. People used to believe that there were 4 elements. Yeah, then 5 elements. Elements. 5 elements. We now know there are 92 natural elements. And we have made 16 man-made elements. So elements. So far, natural. Elements. Yes, hopefully that's the last time to do this. Water is a compound of 2 elements joined together to make H2O. 2 hydrogen atoms, well that shouldn't be a capital H really, hydrogen atoms bonded to 1 oxygen atom. Water is a compound. Compound means sticks things together. Of two elements. Oh no, it's gone again. Electrical energy is needed to split H2O into the elements hydrogen and oxygen. Doesn't need to be a capital H, nor a capital O, nor an O there. Shouldn't be a capital. No. Two elements, immense. Hydrogen and oxygen are the two. Oxygen are the two elements in water. Two hydrogen atoms join with an oxygen atom making H2O. Steam is H2O, hot enough to be a gas. Steam, yeah, over 100 degrees C. The Earth is a sphere shape. E-R-E shape. Experiments prove if scientific ideas are right or wrong. Scientific. And experiments. Good. Scientists invented mobile phones by doing experiments to check their ideas. Invented. Oh no, I've given too many spaces for that. Oh dear. Let's get rid of that T. That's the best thing to do. Okay. Mobile phones doing experiments to check their ideas. Excellent! And that's my history of science on Greeks. I'm Good Luck Gary HK. If you like my work, press like down here. If you'd like to see more of my work, if you double like, press subscribe down here. I live in Hong Kong. I'm a teacher in the international schools. I qualified in the UK physics and mathematics. I teach all the sciences up to IB and GCSE. And if your mum wants the funnest but expensivest tutor in Hong Kong, 980-68342. Good! I might not be the most expensivest. I used to be 10 years ago. Bye!